Hello everybody, welcome back. My name's Chris. We are playing City Skylines. So this video I am looking to get the city to Tiny Town, which is 1400 sims. Now, as you know, I am trying to do this in a very manual way, which is placing every single house down and then trying to make things look more neighborhoodly. Now I'm recording this post narration after I've done the work, and I am doing some things slightly better than I was beforehand. I am putting fences in and hedgerows in. I'm wondering if I'm still making the roads too square, too kind of asymmetrical, or no, too symmetrical for what real housing is like. So as I'm driving around or being driven around, as the case may be on the odd occasion, I am looking around to see what is in the areas around me, and I'm trying to incorporate that. Some of the other stuff I want to do once I've hit the Tiny Town milestone is to start moving areas around. So they're not going to be one big clumped area like this little town is. And as you saw in the previous video, I did make some districts because that was provided, so I've got some district areas, and I have also added a few more Rico high density things into my portfolio of items. So I want to expand on those. One of them actually looks really good. It looks like something that you could put near the sort of water's edge, which I plan to do. I think that would be a really interesting little project to do. I'm also considering to make a rather centralized helicopter depot where the police helicopters and fire helicopters can depart from, which is going to be central to the map, so they can kind of cover the entire area. So I am going to really try to do these things slightly differently. I'm really waiting for the public transport to come through. That is one of the key things that I want to have a little play around with, is just adding more public transport and getting more sims to use that public transport way more than they have done previously. Although if you did watch the very last episode of Tahonga, you will see some of those metro rail hubs were really busy. And I'll let you into a little secret. Some of them are really busy because for whatever reason the train line or metro line had become disconnected, so the people were there waiting for a train that could never get there. Anyway, I fixed that after I sort of filmed it all, and I was quite happy with that. But that is something I want to do. I want to be able to move people, sims around the city, and I'm going to have the city pretty much kind of spread around. And as you saw, I unlocked the entire map. I've got all 81 of the tiles available to me to use, so I can really spread this around. So I'm going to speed this up and I'm going to do a bit of narration whilst we go through. So building a town manually, putting all the residential homes in, is very, very time consuming. And yet it can be weirdly fulfilling. I mean, you have to use the move it mod quite a lot to remove things around. I'm also dragging a lot of the houses further back from the actual road, because I think they tend to look slightly better if they're set back, just like I'm doing now. So that's some of the things that I'm doing which don't normally occur when you are just, you know, zoning up and letting the unit go, or let the AI go off and add the relevant houses into the zones. And something I've also done, and I'm not sure is going to work, and I said I wasn't going to do zoning, but I have put the mod in called the building theme mod. That's something I want to have a try, because I noticed you can do themes for districts, and I thought, oh, you know what, maybe in the next video I will try that out. I'll put as I'm in the UK, a UK theme in and see what happens. Have a little district somewhere further afield and just see how that plays out. Can't be bad, can't not try it, and it may be a complete and total failure, but then again it may be fantastic. Who knows? Anyway, let's see what goes on. So I may have said I'm not going to use any zoning, but I may have stretched the truth a little bit there. I'm going to use some zoning, mainly around the industrial areas, because that's what I can do, and I'm not really sure at the moment on what is available under the Rico kind of ploppable, growable mods, but I will have a look in the workshop and see what there is. Anyway, as I've got districts available and I've got specifications for industry, I thought I'd decide I'll go and add one in and just let it build up and see what happens. So one thing I have noticed, that if you use things like Rico ploppable buildings and you probably don't have an abandonment mod on, like myself, I've noticed that there are lots of places which are currently saying I don't have enough educated people, which is true. I haven't built any universities, I haven't got any of the advanced education facilities, and that's because I haven't yet enabled the Milestone mod, which allows me to have everything available to me straight off the bat, because I'm still kind of trying to semi-play it in a normal way, just to create a little bit of excitement. Excitement is probably not the right word there, but it is there to allow me to use it as part of the game mechanics. Otherwise, I can have everything all of the time. Now I know a lot of people who build cities have everything available to them all of the time. Well, I'm going to try to do it a little bit differently, because that's what I am going to try to do, and hopefully it will be of interest to you, and mainly to me, to be building something which I don't have access to everything straight away. And hopefully that's of interest to you as well. So I did a search on the workshop looking for low density residential property which works with Rico, and I found these were quite interesting. They are all to do with what they're called architect buildings, and I thought they all look quite nice. They've got hedges already on them. I can easily butt them together. I can move them back a little bit to give them a little bit of space from the curb. I thought they looked really good. Now obviously I'm not putting different styles of houses in between. I'm just basically building a huge amount. Now that's probably not typical in any shape or form. And I'd be really interested from people's opinions about what people do when they build up a area. Do they just sort of randomly put things in of different styles of houses and sort of, you know, one of these, two of those, one of those, three of these, two of those? Is that what people do? Do people limit the length of a street? Do you make it so that it's only got maybe 3 houses down one side, 2 down the other, 3 down the other, and make it not quite a rectangle, making it something different? I'd be interested to know. Please do put a comment, give me your advice. I'd be well willing to, you know, utilize your knowledge, which would be really, really good. So I really wanted to progress the tiny town relatively quickly, and the only way I could think about doing that was putting some of these kind of high density residential areas in. So again, I'm using the Boston asset. I'm just going to stick a few of these in, add their parking areas in, and hopefully grow much quicker than just putting lots of individual residential properties down. So something else I was quite keen to do is some of these roads, when I've been driving around and really kind of trying to look, and a lot of stuff in the UK has a hedgerow, had bushes, have the odd tree sprouting out, and I thought I'm going to try to replicate that in some areas, because I think that's, and you would have seen me do that much earlier on as well, that is something obviously that occurs in the real world and probably makes things look a little bit nicer and more realistic when you add some of these trees in. Now admittedly, I'm probably choosing the wrong trees because they are probably not the right thing to do. And the other thing I'm going to do in the next video is I'm going to skip the day and night, because although I like the look of day and night, I think it actually makes it a little bit harder to record the actual video footage anyway. I might do some of the kind of time-lapse cinematic stuff in a day and night capture, because I think it does look actually really nice. But yeah, I'm going to add some of these things in and just try to fill it up a little bit. So if you take the first person, can't get my words out, the first person perspective ride through the area, it will look much nicer. Although probably, you know, my graphics card will probably go with all the polygon counts that are going to be in there, so the FPS is probably going to go down like nobody's business to go. Ooh. It's probably going to go, you know, you mother, just don't put all these trees and shrubs in because you're just going to the entire computer system. Anyway, if NVIDIA is listening, then, you know, you could always pass me a 3080 Ti if you wouldn't mind. I'm quite happy to test it out and give feedback to my 10 subscribers. I'm sure they're all going to spend over £1,000 on that at some point. But anyway, the 2060 seems to do pretty good at the moment. So I decided to add a few more bits of detail. So as I said, I'm going to put the hedgerows in. That's quite straightforward. There are some fences in there that I put, some wooden fences. Although I will admit to you, they don't line up very well when you're using the tools available to you. And even though I'm using the fencing option, which is there, I'm not sure why they just don't seem to line up as nicely as they should do. And I'm pretty sure I have used it in a previous video and they line up really well. Anyway, I have just installed a new workshop asset called UK Fences, so I'll see if that improves it in the next video. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, I am trying to put some more detailing in, definitely putting some stuff in the back garden, trying to make it much more segregated, so each house has got its own personal space. I was trying to leave some space to run through the middle so you could put some pathways in, but currently, because I'm not cheating that much, I cannot add pathways because that's only going to be available to me at a later milestone. So I'd like to say thank you very much for getting to the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I mean, it is a little bit longer than my original ones, which were about 10 minutes. It's now stretching out to be in just around about 19 minutes and a little bit. And I am trying to put all the chapters in, so if you want to skip about, then please do so. And if you've enjoyed my video, and I'm sure you have absolutely loved it, then please do subscribe. Hit the like button as well so that YouTube can put my videos up. And hit the notification bell if you want to get an email the next time that I add a new video to YouTube. And if you really want to share, please do share. Share. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again next time. Goodbye from me for now. Bye.